Hi everybody, it's Norma. Sorry my voice is a bit croaky. I think I must have had a touch of laryngitis because I totally lost my voice on Sunday. It slowly came back on Monday. We're now Thursday, so it's getting better. So I've had to wait until I can actually talk before I can show you what I've gone and done. This is the second Eco Dye rag book that I've done. I did one, really enjoyed doing it, found it really fascinating and challenging, and I put it on my Etsy store and I couldn't believe how fast it actually sold. So A, I was made up that somebody liked my work, and B, I so enjoyed making it I thought, you know what, I'll make another one. I've still got a load of Eco Dye things left, I will have another go. So here I am to show you the number 2 Eco Dye rag book. I think that's what they're called, I'm not really sure. Anyway, so like the other one, I've gone and used some Sari ribbon, can't even say it, sorry, as the method of keeping it in one place. And as you can see in the back there, it comes through here where I've taken it through the middle of all the pages, and then I've got the stick, and what I'm going to do is put some wire on the stick, fastened a safety pin, a rusted safety pin that I've got there, tied that off so I know that that piece is going to be the piece that goes that way to fasten, and then this piece goes underneath like so and comes up to fasten that way. That's just for my benefit really, but it seems to work. I've kept the stick on with a couple of ways really. I've gone and put the wire through, and I've also gone and used some of the Tim Holtz linen tape, because I quite like the colours and I thought the colours go quite well with the sorry, tape goes everywhere. I thought it goes quite well with the colour scheme that I've done. So the front cover here, like I did on the other one, I've used some of the Cardi paper because it's quite stiff and I quite like it. I've sewn around it, I've stained it. Now I've made my own stain. I saw someone on YouTube, and for the life of me I can't think who she is, but she had to go at making her own stain. I thought, what a good idea. So I've gone and used my own stain, and it seems to work okay. I'm quite pleased with it, so I might make a bigger batch. I only made a little tiny bit to begin with, just in case it went wrong. This is packaging that comes when you buy bits and pieces online. So that opens out like that. And then on the front cover, I've gone and used the cardboard, ripped it, painted it black with some black acrylic, and then I've stamped white on it. You can just barely see the writing. And just built that up, and that's a piece of the bark off the tree. So I just thought that was just a little bit different. And then when you open it out to there, we have got, pull this out, a feather, which I found in the garden, so I've got no idea what bird that came off, but it was in the garden, so I thought I'd use it. And I've gone and just used some black card, a little bit of Eco Dye material that was on the side. It didn't have very much dye in it, and I've just gone and stamped on it. And then I've just made this little notebook to go in the front. Now I know what feather this is because I made some steampunk hats, and I had a little bit of the ostrich feather left, so I've just used a piece of ostrich feather, which I think is quite nice on there, and a little ticket at the back, and then just some plain paper there to journal on, and just a little clip. Now we've got a shop, Poundland, in the UK, and they were selling these in these little jars. I've got one little jar there, and I thought they were really good value at £1. These little clips, so that just keeps that there, and that just slots into there. Now this is where the wire comes through to hold the stick, and again I've just used a piece of the black card that I had left, and I've just, this time I've put a little dangle in there, just a little jewel that came off my broken jewellery box, because people leave me little parcels, which is brilliant. So it's some broken jewellery. And then here we've got the first of the dyed papers, the eco dyed papers, and some of the muslin that I've eco dyed, and just slowly built it up. The little tiny bit of muslin there, excuse me, I've dyed. It's not an eco dye, it's one of the sprays that I've used because I just wanted that little bolt of colour. And some of my hand sewn embroidery. Because this page was ripped, what I've gone and done is just done some cross stitching just to keep the pages together, as you can see there, and sewn around it. And then on the opposite side, I've had some little stamps that I got from where did I get them? Oh, I think it was AliExpress, and I've just used those to print round the edge. Some eco dyed muslin again, a little ticket with a little bit of sari ribbon on it, a little bit of linen that was eco dyed on that side. And then moving across, this is my rusted cotton, just ordinary cotton, with I think I did it with nails. You can just see here and there with the rust coming through. And again here, with this one, you just lift that up and you've got a little image there of a very distinguished looking gentleman. And here we've got just a piece of, again, it's a piece of the linen that didn't quite take the dye, but I've gone and used it and I've just stamped on it there just to give it a little bit of a difference. So that turns over. And here we've got a rusty bulb pin with a piece of card. Now I know the bird that came off because it was a magpie that flew into the garden, and two of them had a fight on my lawn, and that's one of the feathers that it left, and I thought, oh, I'll utilise that. So here's a little picture of a really cute little girl, and I've sewn around the edges. That's a ticket, that was blank ticket that I stamped out using the Tim Holtz ticket dies, and a piece of the dyed cotton, which had a really dark area, and I stamped on it fragile with care, but you can't see the fragile bit. But I thought that was looked quite cute. Well, perhaps cute's perhaps the wrong word, but hey ho. Now, going to this page, this is where, for whatever reason, sometimes the rust can become quite dark. This is on a really heavy duty linen, and I don't know whether it's because of the vinegar that I've used or the alum that I've used has made the stain go quite dark. I'm not sure, but I quite like it, sort of like a khaki colours. So again, I've just built it up using different bits and pieces, and again on the cotton I've just gone and stamped a flower on it. You can see the bits of rust. I think that's a bit of safety pin, rusty safety pin in the bottom corner there, and some more of my fantastic running stitch embroidery that I had. Again, some coffee. I think that's coffee stained muslin, that one. And then turning over again, just really a collage of the materials, a ticket, a piece of lace, and again I've stamped on that corner just to give it a bit of a lift. Some of the cardi paper, and I've just wrapped some cord round and sewn that in. And that's my stain as well, which I'm quite pleased with. And then here we've just got some cotton again, and just built it up, and then again I've gone and stamped with one of my stamps, sort of flowery piece, and again a piece of that's a piece of tissue on a piece of muslin. And then on this side we've got another piece of the tree bark with a piece of vellum flower that I did ages ago, and I found all the bits, so I thought I'd utilise that. A little bit of the eco-stained cotton to go on there. And again, this cotton, some of the rust came out quite dark. And then again, you've got other pieces where it's the same wrap, the same rust, and it comes out totally different. So you're just never quite sure what you get, which I think is part of the excitement. And then this is just a piece of the cotton that the stain didn't do very well with. So again, I've just gone and put some stamps on it. And then this flips up and we've got a picture there of a young lady sitting on some rocks. And then that's just some stained tissue paper. A little tiny button there with some thread coming down. Now I've left all the threads on because I quite like the thread, but if anyone who does purchase it wants to trim it off, they've got the choice then, haven't they, as such. Oh, that was one of the testers that I did with my sewing machine. I like little bows, little stars, which I thought was quite nice. And then here we've got some of the lace that I've eco-dyed. That's a piece of curtain material which came out quite nice. I was quite surprised, just the end bit I experimented with. And again, I've just found a little charm there and put it on a ball clip. And then you can see where I've come through the material with the sari silk to keep it all in check. And then on this side, I found this, I don't know, number 6 or number 9, and it's metal. I thought, oh, I would use that. And again, now I've found that I can do this unusual stitch. I've done it down there. Again, a print. I'm not sure what this is called, if I'm honest. I bought it from a craft shop in Ellesmere Port. And a big roll of it, quite reasonable. And I thought it was just quite a nice texture for the background. A photo and then a little tiny piece of the photo negative there. And again, I've used that same material, a little strip of it along there. And that was a flower press. Again, sort of like an eco dye. So rather than doing the whole eco dye, what I did was put 2 pieces of, I think that, if I remember rightly, that's watercolour card. 2 pieces of watercolour card and a flower and some leaves in between it. It was an experiment that friend Linda did with quite good results, and I put it through my my cut and boss, and it squidged it. That's a very technical term, that squidged it, so it squashed it. And this is the result that was on one side of the paper, which I quite liked. So you've got the flower, you can just see the leaf forming and a bit of a stalk, but I thought it was quite nice. And then that's just an empty brooch that I found, so I'm just going to put a little picture in there. And again, I've just put some printing down the side there. And then on this little piece here, on this little piece of material here, I've just put love. There's a couple there which they look as if they're romantically involved. And I found a little tiny Cupid with Be Mine on it, so I thought I'll put that on there. And then on this side, I've got a picture, a vintage picture. This lady reminds me of my mum. I can remember my mum having a hairstyle very similar to that. One of the little buttons that I've made with the air dry clay and then stamped into it, a piece of vellum flower and some vintage eco-stained lace there. And then on here, I came across some of the material that I absolutely love. It's from Liberty in London. I won't tell you how expensive it was. But I had to buy it when I sent my husband for a cup of coffee to the shop at Cafe. And I think it was something silly like £8 for a coffee or a pot of tea or whatever it was. Which he was totally horrified, but he'd be even more horrified if he realised what I'd paid for the material that I bought on that day. But it's a lovely material, beautiful cotton, and I just thought I'd put little tiny bits in there, just again as a popper colour, a tag, and then that's that curtain material again. which came out really a lovely colour, and I don't know why. And it's so nice against the background of the dark. That was in the same mix. This is where it's eco dye so strange. And then a piece of just the plain cotton with the rust effect there. But yeah, I just love the way the different materials react differently. And then here on this side, this is the piece of material that I got left over when I covered my kitchen chairs. So I've utilised that again because it's flowery. And then a vintage stamp which I've laminated and then just put on there as a dangly. Another piece of the stained cotton, a piece of black card. And then here I've gone and used again one of the frames from the Kodak slides. So you had the negative that would go into there. So I've taken the negative out and just put an image at the back there. Made a little pocket of lace where we just got a card, a little journaling card I thought I'd slot in there, and made that into a little pocket. And then came across the butterfly in my mixed bag of jewellery bits. Thought I'd stick that in there. And then here I've got an edged with a piece of cotton and just built it up. So again, this is a pheasant feather. Gosh, I can't say that. A pheasant feather. Just tied some sari ribbon down the bottom and some wire just there, just so it doesn't catch. Some of the lace, and then that's one of the little dog tags that I've stained and just printed. And again, one of the Tim Holtz ticket dies I've used there, as I have on this side here. And then a really nice leathery dry leaf, which friend Jeanette passed me a couple, and I thought that the colours match quite well with this material from my seat from the kitchen. Stamped it a little bit, another one of those frames, and this time I've just gone and put some glue around it and some paste around it and just built it so it's got a bit of texture on it. And then some of the Tim Holtz embossing powders just to give that little bit of a texture. And then on this side we've got some more of that beautiful material that I got from Liberty. And because it's got the little tiny yellow daisies, I did have some dried daisies that I did last year. So I brought those out and I've just glued them onto that page there. Hopefully they'll stay there a little while, but I just thought it was nice seeing that they've got them onto that, that material too. And then just with some of the more yellowy stained material there as well. And then this is the back section. So here, I made these a while ago, and just black card and then some white stiff card which has got paper on it, and then I've just embossed, sorry I haven't embossed, I've stenciled and then embossed the powder over it. And again, this is something very, very similar, but this time I've actually built it up as well. Little song there cut out just to give the back a bit of strength. And then here on this bit here we've got, if I take this tag out, I just folded it over, make it just a little bit different, so I've got a pocket. So here I've just got an image of a little girl who reminds me of one of my granddaughters when she was small, and a ticket, a rusty safety pin, and a piece of the negative from one of the Kodak slides. And then just a little journaling card there which you can journal on, and that just slides into that little pocket there like that to give it some stability. And then turning over to the very, very back of the book, there we go, I'll put that in there like that. Just another card with another little tag on the top with a little picture of some girls, looks like sisters. And again, I've just done some stenciling on a piece of the black cardboard there. And that is the journal complete. So again, I was quite pleased with it. Hope you liked it. Hope it might inspire you to try something a little bit different that you haven't done. And thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would love you to subscribe to me and see some of the other bits and pieces that I do. I've also got a sister channel called Crafted by Norma, which unfortunately I can't get into, but I have got some really nice ideas in there, and perhaps be some inspiration. And if you see the bell icon, please click on it, because that will let you know when and if I've put a new video out. So the red book is going to go into my Etsy shop, and I'm going to keep hold of it for a little while, hopefully. And thank you so much for watching. Lovely to have you back, and hopefully see you soon. Thanks again. Bye.